the Closet Hour!
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Podcast in the Closet Hour with your host Stephanie and your host Scott.
Yeah, I'm here also.
Yeah.
I'm Scott.
Alright.
With an S.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. If anyone was watching Big Brother Canada, that's the character named Cindy with an S.
Yeah, she came back and left again.
To be fair though, she was a strong female player. I mean, there's really not a lot of strong female players, right now, but she was pretty good.
Yeah. I think our maybe one Canadian listener would agree with us.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, man.
So, we might as well kick off by talking about a little bit about what's happened since last time we recorded with Kirsten.
Yeah, which has been a while. It's actually probably been about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and a lot's happened.
Yeah, a lot has. Our Pitch a Fit segment this time around is going to be nice and juicy.
Yeah, a lot bigger than the talking about anything good, which we decided that's going to be our format now. We're going to talk a little bit about the better things in our week, the things that excite us, and then go right into a Pitch a Fit because it deserves to have its own segment with its own name, and eventually we'll have its own theme music. We're working on the lyrics. I'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for you already brought a Big Brother, and I have that in my notes. I was going to bring that up. I think despite it being a narrow audience for us, because mostly the people that's going to listen to this when we first start out is going to be our friends and family and stuff like that.
Yeah, the only person, excuse me, the only person that I'm really getting progressively more nervous about is Grandma.
And
she just, because I already told her, and I'm like, Grandma, I cuss in it and stuff,
Yeah, she said she cussed in it. She probably didn't tell her she talked about the world's first dildo.
Oh, yeah. No, see, this show is not kid or grandma friendly. I can say that. So.
I actually don't think it's that bad, but maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of is. But go back and listen.
Yeah, and to go to talk about Grandma. There's the Southern coming out of me.
Oh my God.
To talk about Grandma. While we're on the subject, Stephanie attempted to get her to record part of our first. That was our intro there, and I'm sure you've heard them in the other episodes because I've decided I'm going to add it to the episodes that I'm editing. Mm-hmm. But this is actually the first time we've played it into our recording as we go.
And what episode are we on now?
This is episode 4.
Okay.
But we decided we wanted an older lady to say the part in the intro where the girl goes, it must be Podcast the Closet Hour. And Stephanie decided to ask her grandma to do that, and her grandma kindly declined because there is obscenities in our content.
Goes, clean it up and I'll do it. And I was like, okay, Grandma.
There's no completely cleaning us up unless we are not being ourselves. So
yeah.
So yeah, we already went off on a tangent. But what I was talking about was Big Brother, and I think, like I was saying, we're not being ourselves. We might as well talk about the things we really like. So, for you people that don't know about Big Brother, there's this thing called the internet. Look it up, especially if you watch the American season, because it's a lot like that. As far as format, I think it's even produced and made by the same people. But we love Big Brother Canada, and we're really excited about it, and we can't wait to watch it each week. So chances are we're probably going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're kind of Big Brother nerds.
Yeah, if you listen to us year-round, there's going to be a lot of Big Brother talk, and other things will come in and out throughout the year, but Big Brother is always around. There's always versions to watch around the world.
Oh, yeah. The only one that I don't really like is the Australian one because I have a really hard time understanding them.
That's somehow racist.
Not racist. I'm just being truthful.
Yeah, I guess so. What else? What else has been excited about this week? You started The Walking Dead season 2. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that is cool. Yeah, my sister came over for a while, and that's really cool.
That's when we recorded with her.
No.
Oh, yeah, it was after.
No, it was before.
Okay, well.
No, like, I'm talking to this last time that she came over, when she just stayed the night.
Yeah.
That's when her and I,
yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Season 2 Walking Dead, yeah.
These last couple of weeks have been...
It's all kind of run together, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been really nuts.
So yeah, that's, I mean, listen to the things that excite us. I mean, probably the third thing on that list for me is Stephanie's new street tacos.
Oh, yeah. Those excited me a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Now you're waking me up.
Okay, well, are you going to make us some street tacos?
Not right now. Do you want to go get the meat and stuff, and I'll go ahead and get it marinating tonight?
Oh, no. I would only get it if I could have it now.
No. See, my street tacos, though, now, they have to marinate for 2 days.
Yeah.
So, but it's so worth the wait.
Yeah, they were amazing. We all ate like 6 apiece. And these are little, but still, they're awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mostly the exciting things for the week, honestly.
Well, maybe I should talk about my recipe.
If you want to, you mean like give it out, or?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why would I care?
Well, it's not actually your recipe. You found it online, right?
Yeah, I found it online. Okay.
Did you add anything to it?
No.
Okay. So.
No, first of all, I am an internet cook. I'm a YouTube cook. When I was younger, I never paid attention in the kitchen. I didn't care to, honestly didn't. So it was funny because a couple of Thanksgivings ago.
That's great, though, actually, that YouTube can teach you to do things that you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That just get darker.
A little bit, I think.
That's weird.
We're commenting on the rotating rainbow lantern above our head.
Yeah.
It got a little darker.
That's weird.
Anyway, back on subject.
Oh, yeah. She came over because I was hosting Thanksgiving that year, and she was surprised. She was actually kind of frustrated, it felt like, with me because I didn't need as much of her help. She's like, how do you know how to cook any of this? You didn't pay attention in the kitchen. And I said, Mom, I have something that you didn't have, the internet. You know, so yeah, I did get this recipe online.
Did your mom have a grasp of the internet or no?
No.
So it wasn't like she's like, what's this thing that's teaching my daughter?
Well, I mean, no, she knows what the internet is. I mean, she would get on the internet on her phone, but she didn't have a computer or anything. So.
And she wouldn't use it in that way.
No, not at all. So, anyways, recipe for that is you're going to want to take about 3 pounds of carne asada meat. Flank is the best one that you can use. And then what you'll do is you're going to cut it all up into really tiny pieces, like fingernail size, basically. And then you're going to get a storage bag, like a Ziploc storage bag. You're going to put all the meat in there, and then you're going to put enough orange juice in there.
Yes, she just said orange juice.
Yes, orange juice, yeah.
Yeah, for people a lot of people that might hear this might laugh at me for commenting on this, but when I saw this, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is a weird creation.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen something made like this.
How good did it smell?
I've never seen something made like this.
Well, how good did it smell?
Oh, my God.
Even
and she's talking about even through the bag, it smelled amazing.
So, anyways, you put all the orange juice in it, and then I want to say it's a tablespoon of ground cumin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Cumin coming.
Keep the cumin coming.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, 1 tablespoon of that, a tablespoon of cilantro, see here. A tablespoon of minced garlic. I really should have been more prepared. I didn't expect.
Well, I brought it up. I guess I could
Yeah.
have told you to bring your recipe. You know what? Next time you can bring it. How
Yeah,
about
next
that?
time I'll bring my recipe. Remind me of that though. Okay?
And you know what? Every time you come up with something, you can like add it to your cookbook on air.
Yeah, on air
Excuse me.
cookbook.
Yeah.
And I don't mind sharing the URL where I got it from. I mean, because I don't take credit for this. I only take credit for following the instructions and it tasting good.
Yeah.
That's all I.
Hey.
But you let the meat. She said that like on the recipe it said you can do it for like half a day,
Yeah.
a couple hours, something like that. But for full effect, full flavor, you're gonna want to let it marinate for 2 days. So yeah, I let it marinate for 2 days, and even through the damn bag, it smelled so good.
Oh yeah.
So
You just
good.
have no clue. It was amazing. It's like heaven in your mouth.
Yeah, it's easy. And when I go to the grocery store next time, I plan on getting more stuff. To make
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna have to take pictures and send it to my sister and be like,
Yeah. Speaking of taking pictures, we're planning to eventually open an Instagram account. I've actually been going around collecting up the Facebook account and the Twitter account, trying to getting our established name so that way we can post this stuff when it's done and ready to go. But we want to get an Instagram account and so we can like take pictures while we're recording and stuff, so you can see what it looks like in here. Because I think when you see our logo, I think it's kind of a cool representation of us, because it kind of represents it actually a little bit what it looks like in here.
It does.
Yeah. So, with a little less magic, I guess.
No, there's more magic. We create the magic.
What?
Yay!
Are you hearing things?
Yes.
She's hearing things again. She always tells me she hears sparkles. I don't know what the...
I hear sparkles all the time.
I
And
don't
that
hear
doesn't make me
sparkles.
crazy.
You're crazy.
I promise you it doesn't.
Well, it doesn't what?
It doesn't make me crazy.
Hearing sparkles?
Yeah,
So you're hearing sparkles.
always.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, at this point, I would just kick in the Pitch a Fit theme song. Actually, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but we're working on something. And at this point, we go right into Pitch a Fit. I'm sorry, actually, did you have anything else to add to us having positive in this past week?
Nope. All I can think of is
Street tacos.
Street tacos, and my sister. The one bit of good news that you got, though.
Yeah.
When do you plan on bringing that up?
Well, I guess it'll be kind of included in my Pitch a Fit.
Yeah.
So, do you want to pitch a fit first, or do you want me to pitch a fit first?
Yeah, actually, I want to pitch a fit first because mine is so not even as important. I want to pitch a fit about the same thing that you're pitching a fit about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't pitch that fit to the same level that you can.
So you're gonna let me take the reins?
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you claim all that. Just
Okay.
know that I do concur. I pitch that fucking fit with him.
Oh, you can concur right all along.
Oh man. So I'm gonna pitch a fit about an email. Okay. Plain and simple. I am so sick of getting emails in my Gmail account that says, "Hey, do you know Scott Spurgeon on Facebook?" Okay, Facebook is supposed to be like really smart, right? It knows we're
Do
engaged.
you know me on Facebook?
Yeah. It just annoys me. Why am I getting emails about that kind of shit? Who cares? Really? Do you know Scott Spurgeon? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Facebook? Really?
You just gave out my full name. Maybe I didn't want everybody to know my name.
Should I redo that?
I'm just messing with
I
you.
really don't. Do you need me to?
It's going to be posted on our Facebook with my real name.
I want to pitch a bit about Mother's Day.
Yeah, actually, it is Mother's Day right now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's my first Mother's Day without my mom, so I guess, speaking of grandma, though, we were talking about that earlier. One thing that my grandmother always told me, and it is some of the best advice anyone could ever get, is life can make you either bitter or better, and it is your choice alone on which one you want to do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lie. I'm feeling a little bitter. I'm feeling a little jealous. I saw Mother's Day stuff when I was at the store. Like,
Yeah.
you know that pillow that we got her last year?
Mm-hmm.
They had pillows like that.
Oh.
Out, and it took everything I had to not want to just push all of them off the shelf.
I think
kinda
you have
jealous.
every right to be bitter. And there should be no one to tell you that you can't be. It's your
I know,
day.
but I can't just walk around being that kind of a person.
It's okay. You don't. That's why we stay home tomorrow, and that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna stay home and chill.
Yeah. The only person I really want, I mean, this sounds terrible, but okay, let's let out the good, the bad, and the ugly. The only person I really want bothering me tomorrow is either my sister or my grandma, because I'm going to call grandma and tell her Happy Mother's Day, of course.
Yeah.
But as far as like people coming over or whatever, the only person I want to deal with is my sister. And
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I miss her. I miss her. So Mother's Day is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know, it's a beautiful thing, but for right now, that's
For the
what I'm
right
pitching
people,
my
yeah.
fit about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that about wraps it up for me. So why don't you go ahead and pitch a fit? 'Cause
Oh.
yours is way just better.
Yeah, I have more than I don't even know where to begin, honestly, about this, because it's okay. So you guys already know that I've been talking about this, and I've been just talking about it a lot. So each episode, you've heard more and more about my medical issues. So I guess I'll just jump the shark and say it bluntly. Basically, on Tuesday, I had my dick carved out and a tube shoved 12 inches in deep and inflated with a balloon. That's the,
you had dick surgery.
Yeah, there you go. I had dick surgery.
You had
Ta-da!
dick surgery. Yeah.
It was an experience.
A urethrotomy.
Yeah, I'm glad you pronounced it, because I can't.
Urethrotomy.
Yeah, and it was for a stricture in my urethra, apparently created by blunt force trauma that I can't remember. You would think if you got kicked in the dick, you would remember it, but...
But here's what I keep telling him, is he used to do, like, backyard wrestling with his cousins and stuff. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I think there might have been an accident that happened there that you just probably blocked out altogether, or, you were so little when it happened.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but honestly, you would remember that. Trust me, as a guy.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, for me to know that, I had to have been kicked in the dick, right? For me to know the pain.
Well, yeah, but also everyone knows. That's just common knowledge.
Yeah, but trust me, I know. It's like, it's gonna make you throw up, kind of
Yeah, I
pain.
was gonna say, I've heard that it'll make a guy throw up.
Yeah, so, anyway, so apparently I have a, stricture created by scar tissue from a blunt force, impact to my penis, and, this is why I've had trouble urinating, and having frequent, pee stops, basically, all the time.
Yeah.
I found blood in my urine. This is over the last 2 years or so that I've really noticed this, but I would imagine I've always had this, at least since the injury that apparently I can't remember.
It's just had to progressively gotten worse. Yeah.
So, I met my deductible, and I got surgery on Tuesday, which...
Not before they tried to fight us on it, though.
Yeah, we made a down payment at least. At least we didn't have to pay the whole amount. I won't even talk about that right now. That's a whole pitch of fit separately. Like, the money, we basically spent all of our money saved for our wedding next year. That we started out I was listening to our first episode talking about our wedding.
Yeah.
And over the last 4 episodes, we have spent all our money for our wedding. But
And
that's
that's
okay.
kind of heartbreaking as a girl because, okay, the important thing is that I'm marrying you.
Yeah.
I'm marrying the person I'm supposed to marry. And I realize I'm not just wanting to get married so I can have a wedding. I'm getting married because I want to be with you day in and day out for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
But I'd be a liar if I sat here and said that I didn't think about what my wedding day was going to be.
Well,
Every
yeah, that's
girl
what we were
dreams of that.
saving for.
I know.
But it doesn't mean it won't still happen.
I know. It's not gonna. It's just not gonna be what I wanted. And I'm not trying to sound like a bridezilla, and I'm not like wanting an over extravagant. I'm not like wanting your ass to come up in a white horse or some stupid shit like that. You know. I
that
used
would
to
never
film
happen
weddings,
anyway.
So I've seen some crazy stuff.
No. The only way I would come up on a white horse if I was facing the wrong way. In a comedic fashion.
Right. That sounds about right.
But we spent every extra money we had on this. And I got my surgery on Tuesday. I went in Tuesday morning. Had a very traumatic experience with a catheter.
No, but the very first traumatic
I'm sorry,
experience.
I had a very traumatic experience with a IV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't go so well. It took 4 attempts, and I finally got the IV in.
It was so funny because it was me, Grandma, and my sister out in the waiting room for him, and and they come out there and they're like, "Oh, Stephanie, yes, can you come back here, please?" And so I get back there, and he's as pale can get. He's sweating. I mean, just no color. He's obviously, there's something wrong here. And I'm like, what's going on? And they told me, oh, he passed out.
Yeah, you're lucky. I could edit this out, but I think people will find it hilarious.
It's because it is. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, and anybody who actually knows me knows that I have a history of passing out. It's been a long time. The last time, actually, I told them I hadn't done it as an adult, but honestly, it happened several years ago at work when I cut myself, so I did as an adult. But this time, the guy, I'm not even gonna talk about what hospital I was at or anything like that. I'm not gonna dog the guy out, but he had issues getting he said my veins were rolling and he had issues getting the IV in, and next thing I told him, I'm gonna pass out, you better lay me down.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm waking up. That was horrible. Honestly, the rest of the experience wasn't even comparable to that. That sucked. They put me under and I came back out. I came out with a catheter, and for several days I've been in a lot of pain with the catheter. It's just
been so bad. Oh.
I mean, let me say this to the guys. Imagine walking around with a bag hanging out of your dick, just to put it bluntly. It's not comfortable. And you feel like you're peeing all the time. It just wasn't fun.
No, and then also you couldn't shower. I mean...
Yeah.
Well, come to find out you could.
Yeah, they told us wrong at the hospital that I couldn't shower, so I was stinky. Luckily, Stephanie's been here to help me this whole time.
Mm-hmm. That's what a good wife does, right?
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
I'm
kind of sarcastic.
No, I wasn't being sarcastic. Honestly, I wasn't. So we went back, we went in and got the catheter removed. Actually, my doctor didn't remove it. It was the nurse, which was odd. That really hurt. That hurt so much.
Yeah. It hurt watching her pull that out of his dick. I mean,
and now I'm 2 days removed from that, or a day and a half removed from that, and I can pee again. It's amazing.
He pissed all over the fucking toilet and on the floor.
I couldn't control it. I'm not used to being able to pee like that.
I know.
For anybody that's going through this, you'll understand once you get the surgery. Everybody else probably thinks this is fucking crazy, but for those people who might be going through something like this, just on some off chance, that's why I'm talking about it, because just so you know, it does cost money, but it's well worth it. Especially if this stays the way it is, it's well worth the time that I've taken to do it and recover.
Well, yeah, and it also could help us to eventually get pregnant. And that's one of the things that I kind of wanted to bitch about along with it, is whenever they were like, well, it's not life-threatening, so we can technically turn him down. And then my response to that is, okay, so it's preventing us from creating a life, so to me that is life-threatening.
Yeah, and at that point, but when they were saying this, the insurance company, would be the insurance company. Well, no, I'm sorry. When they were saying this, the hospital, saying that it wasn't life-threatening, at that point, my uroscopy had not
They couldn't perform it.
Yeah, had not been completed. So there was
they had to do it while he was in surgery.
So let me go ahead and say, because I haven't said it, I am cancer free.
Yes, that's the biggest. That's amazing. It was all worth it for that peace of mind right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, anyway, so I am cancer free. They completed it,
Woo!
and yeah, cheer. You know what? For that, I'm gonna put some cheesy applause in. I'm cancer free. Yay!
Boo, cancer!
I don't have a boo. Sorry. Boo. Anyway, so. Basically, let this be the last of me talking about this for now, unless I have major issues.
Problem.
Yeah, because I scheduled an appointment for a month away, and we'll see how things go. If it comes up, I will talk about it, but I know I've kind of drilled it into the ground. I think it's time to move on to some other things to talk about, and I'm glad that I have the support that I've had, the people that's been praying for me, and the fact that I've had Stephanie here with me the whole time. She's really helped me out. I mean, the whole time. I mean, everything I needed. This pitch a fit kind of turned into pitch a thank you. So thank you.
And I've told him, and I'll tell you again. Don't thank me. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
You know? I know if I was going through the same thing, you'd be there to take care of me.
Yeah, of course.
Between you and Netflix, I'd be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, what's that?
I don't know. What is it?
That sounds like the ringing bells calling us back to the chair of truth to confess a secret to one another once again.
Weekly Confessional time. All right, who's gonna go first? Oh boy.
All right, my brothers and sisters.
Oh God.
We gather you all around your speakers and your headphones. Yes, because many people gather around headphones. And you will listen to our weekly confessional to one another. This is our time where we confess not necessarily a sin, but some kind of friendly little secret that we haven't told one another. I actually have a laptop right in front of me, so we can not look at each other if we want to and hide behind it and do an actual confessional. But let this be our weekly confessional. Shall I begin?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So this is something I'm not sure if I've actually mentioned to you before. It's I don't know. Let me just say, let me be clear, I am a man post this surgery because I can pee like a man. So I feel comfortable to confess this now. Otherwise, I would not have confessed this.
Okay.
You're like, whoa.
What? Yeah.
When I was young, probably around the age of 8 or 9, I started carrying a baby doll around. You didn't know this? I thought I talked to you about this.
No.
So you've never heard...
I'm so not trying to be sexist, but I'm just trying to imagine a young Scott walking around with a baby doll.
Well, I mean, let me explain.
Okay, alright.
My little sister had a doll. I remember my mom taking her to a specific doll shop and buying her a very expensive doll. And I wanted one. And so she got me a little boy. I wish I could remember his name. I can't tell you.
It's like you blocked that out of your mind, kind of.
No, I don't. I didn't block the whole thing out. I just don't remember the name.
Oh my god.
But I also remember her and my grandma taking me, when we'd go to thrift shops, they'd buy me little baby clothes, so he'd have different clothes. I remember those little, you remember those evaporating milk bottles? I remember having those for him.
Oh my god.
Diapers and a diaper bag, that matched his clothes. It was blue blue stuff.
Oh my god.
I don't remember how long I carried him around.
Did you actually give him formula?
Did I what?
Did you actually give him formula?
I don't know. Not actual formula. I mean, it was a baby doll.
You had to say, I don't know.
Well, it was an actual baby doll, so...
Well, they'll put actual baby clothes on him.
So you think I gave a toy doll formula?
At this point,
I will tell you,
know.
he was anatomically correct. That was one thing that both the babies were.
He had a penis?
Yeah. I remember it had a baby penis.
It had a baby penis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, praise the Lord, it had a baby penis.
Oh, have you ever seen... Okay.
Have I ever seen a baby penis?
Oh, well, this might need to be edited out. I'm not quite sure. Have you ever seen a baby penis erection?
Ew, no.
Weird. Which actually kind of rolls me into, oddly enough, my weekly confessional.
Oh, okay. You want to move on into that?
Oh, unless you have something else you want to add to this.
No, I don't have much of a memory. I just thought that would be something.
That is so crazy. I would not have ever have guessed that.
And if you want to look at it in a nice way, it was me at a young age realizing that I wanted to be a dad one day.
That's what we're gonna say?
Well, honestly, think about it. What do little girls do with dolls? They practice to be mommies.
Yeah.
So, what was I doing with the doll?
I mean, again, like, I'm not trying to be like, gender. Oh, boys are supposed to be doing this. It's just I'm just having a hard time imagining like a young Scott doing this. You know?
Wow. Yeah, I thought you actually knew about it.
I had no idea. Crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Completely crazy.
All right. Well.
So, the reason that I know what a baby penis boner is because I worked in daycares for a long time.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you got to think, when you got 11 3-year-olds in there, half of them are boys, you're potty training, it's weird. I don't know this phenomena of baby boners. Like, I don't understand it.
I've actually never heard of a baby boner.
I don't, look it up. Don't look it up. That's real
No,
weird.
what is wrong with you?
No, I didn't mean
the government will come and arrest me if I Google baby boner.
Yeah,
I can't believe I even just said it.
I didn't mean to, like...
Now it's in the airwaves.
It's in the airwaves now.
And they can hear all airwaves. And I just said the BB word.
The BB word?
Yeah.
So is that that seems like a good thing to call people whenever...
The BB word?
Just be like... Oh,
you are tired. She's exhausted.
Do I look tired?
Yes, you look tired.
I feel tired.
Okay, let's go on with your weekly confessional. Gather around, brothers and sisters. Don't get up. She might be tired, but she has a confessional for us.
And this is a pretty crazy confessional. So it was my very first daycare that I ever worked at, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the names out.
Well, yeah, that's the best thing because you don't want to get sued.
No, not at all.
And neither do I.
In fact, the student that I'm going to talk about, I'm even going to just call him, what am I going to call him?
Wilford.
I'll call him Wilford.
Okay.
Right. I'll call him Wilford, just for the safety of...
Great.
Whatever. Yeah.
All right, tell me about Wilford.
Okay, so Wilford was autistic.
Okay.
And he was in another teacher's class. He was an older kid, and I was teacher for like the 2-year-olds. So I had about 9 kids in there with me. I think that's what the ratio was. I had 9 boys and girls in there with me that were like the toddler age. It was towards the end of the day. And his teacher honestly just didn't pay attention to him towards the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And he would wander off into my classroom. And because...
Wow.
Yeah. And I would always feel bad for him. So I'd always, that's okay, Wilford, you could stay. He would, chill, hang out with the babies.
Yeah.
Nothing...
But he was older than the babies?
Significantly. He was 11.
But he felt more comfortable there, I guess?
I guess so, probably with the babies and with me.
Yeah.
And I just felt, well, obviously, if his teacher's paying this little of attention, I'll certainly pay better attention than he is, so I'd rather him be in my classroom anyways.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And Wilford had already caused a lot of problems, not because... I want to be sensitive when I word this. It had nothing to do with him being autistic. I mean, he was different because of it, but he wasn't bad. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me say it like that. So, he oftentimes would get in trouble for doing stuff he was doing. And I didn't all the time agree with it because I always was like, hey, he's a special needs kid, you know?
Yeah.
Just until one day. He came into my classroom and he started terrorizing all of my babies, which is pretty hard to do considering 2-year-olds themselves are terrorizing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So he started like an army of 2-year-olds.
No, he more was like Godzilla-ing them, like.
Oh, yikes.
Well, no, he started taking
I crush baby.
Well, he took a block and he started trying to kill the pet fish, smashing the rock or the block in there.
In the water?
In the water, yeah.
Oh,
he started ripping off the wallpaper. Now, and he started screaming. He just started going nuts.
Oh my gosh! And he'd never done this before?
No, he'd had problems acting out, but not like this.
Wow.
And here's where it gets worse. Okay, so I was changing one of my girls, and when you're at the changing station, you can't leave the baby there alone.
Yeah, it could fall.
Right, exactly. But, again, I was in the 2-year-old class, so she sat up, like, what's going on? And so I threw off the gloves, and I left her there, and I was like, stay there, stay there. And she just looked at me, and she started shaking her head, okay, like, I'll stay here. I mean, luckily, I was lucky enough that they were old enough to understand that.
Right.
Because if this would have been an infant and I would have been caught doing that, that would have been my ass right there.
Mm-hmm. So,
anyways, he's still terrorizing the kids, this, that, and the other. I'm trying to, corral the other kids while he's going around, and I'm trying to collect the kids as he's passing them and terrorizing them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He walked up to my girl on the changing table.
Whoa, no. This doesn't sound good.
Yeah. He did. He touched her.
Oh my god.
I screamed like I had never screamed before at any child. And
like he just put his hand in her area?
Yeah, and I swatted his hand away.
Oh my gosh.
I literally, we're not supposed to hit, okay, but this was called for. I swat his hand, and I was like, Wilfred, you get out of here. You get out of here right now. I don't ever want to see you in my classroom again. You don't touch my girls. You don't touch my boys. You get out of here.
Wow.
I got him kicked out of the daycare.
Oh my gosh.
I told his mother. His mother came there, and they were practically having to hold me back. I'm surprised I didn't get fired.
What did his mother say?
She just, tears filled in her eyes. You could tell this was the last straw. She didn't know what to do with him anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is insane.
I told them, I'm straight up quitting, and I'm going to be reporting to somebody.
That they just let this kid roam around, and he did this.
Well, because at first they tried to put it on me. Well, he's not with that age group anyways. Yeah, well, if so-and-so was paying attention like he was supposed to be and doing his job,
yeah,
I wouldn't have to be looking after his student that wasn't even remotely close to my,
wasn't even in your class.
At this point, screw the age difference.
Yeah.
It comes to being a human being and trying to, hey, there's something going on. You were more comfortable with me and my kids? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It's more of a moral issue for me.
Yeah, wow.
That was in the very first daycare I ever worked in.
And you worked in more after that?
Yeah, I worked,
you got guts.
I worked, I was also trying to get my degree for child psychology, remember?
Yeah.
I'm telling you about that, so. That was definitely, hands down, the worst daycare I've ever worked at. Wow. They had these weird, half walls in there. Yeah, I don't know how, it was weird.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so that's my confession.
Wow.
I got a kid kicked out of a daycare. For a very valid reason.
Yeah.
He obviously needed to be somewhere where they were more equipped to handle him than we were. Because I could have handled that better, I'll admit that, but what do you do when something like that's happening? At that moment, your flight or flight kicks in.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done the same thing probably. I mean, how do you really know in the moment? You don't. You honestly don't.
You never. I had never thought about that kind of scenario happening. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's my confession.
I mean, like, honestly, if that had been handled in a different way, you'd like taken it to the news, that would have been something that I could just segment into the next segue into the next segment by saying that would be what the fuck news, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it would.
I mean, think about that on the news. Totally, I could see that being something that we chose to read.
I mean, honestly, something that would be crazy. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. See all kinds of crazy shit on the news. So
yeah, this is true.
It wouldn't
This
surprise
is true.
me.
So yeah, I mean, now we're moving on to what the fuck that news. We also have a song planned for that as well. It's probably gonna be the last one we put together.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's gonna take some acting, I think, with what I've got planned. I don't know.
Hey.
What?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just thinking, do you think my confession is too raw? Because I can give you another one that involved me working at daycares.
No, absolutely
Are you sure?
not. No, that's the point of this podcast.
Because that's really raw and dark.
Yeah. No, I mean.
Okay. All right.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Anyways. You didn't give away names or anything, so.
No, absolutely. Okay.
No.
I'm sorry. You can continue.
We're in a dark closet. There are skeletons amongst us.
It didn't sit well with me. Like, after it came out of my mouth, it made me feel really bad.
Don't feel bad. I mean, I can edit it out if you want, but this is what we are. This is us.
Well, just for shits and grins then, since I'm thinking about the whole daycare thing, I'll go ahead and give you one more. I apologize.
Well, we're already out of the church, but we'll stay on the steps for this one. You go ahead and give us another confessional.
Okay, so when I was working at daycares, again, this was the same daycare, I was really big into burning CDs. Really, really big into burning CDs. And I would write the names of all the songs around the CD and all that good stuff. And I had burned a Disney CD for all my kiddos to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would all get up and dance together, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I get along better with kids than I do people my own age. Are you kidding me?
I'm not surprised by this.
Kids are the funnest.
You're the reason there's a unicorn in our entrance song.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, one of these songs that I had put on here was like a techno Alice song. Like, these were all Techno Disney songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they loved it. The kids loved to get up and dance to it.
Oh, yeah, I bet so. Of course you had Techno Disney songs.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. But this Alice one, I just had pressed play, and I was like, okay, cool, it plays. I didn't actually listen to the whole song.
Uh-oh.
So I take it to work, and I'm playing it for the kids. Again, half walls in this daycare. This is still the same daycare.
No.
And all of a sudden you hear it go, Alice! Who the fuck is Alice?
Oh, no.
Loud as shit.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, man. And I turned it off immediately. I was so embarrassed. Luckily, nobody heard me. But, I mean, my kiddos just kind of looked at me. And they didn't really understand. They just looked at me like, huh? You know, I'm like, snack time!
Wouldn't that be great later at home if the kid was like, Alice, who the fuck is Alice?
Who the fuck Alice, mommy?
Who fuck Alice? Who fuck Alice, mommy?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's great.
So, anyways,
that one's a little less dark, so.
That's way less dark.
If we don't edit it out, you just got a bonus weekly confessional.
Ding, ding, ding.
How about that? So yeah, we're moving right on to the what the fuck news. Imagine some news music being played right now with some funny stuff, whatever. It'll be edited in sometime later if I make it in time for this. Otherwise, it'll be in future episodes. But we're gonna move right on to what the fuck news, and you go ahead and kick it off tonight.
Mine is really. I was sitting here looking and just when I saw this, instantly, boom, done. This is the one I wanted. Snorkeler finds plastic skeletons underwater tea party at bottom of Colorado River.
What?
This was from May 6th. This is on NBC New York. Let's see here. A pair of sunglass-clad skeletons were caught lounging in lawn chairs beneath the Colorado River on Monday. Divers discovered the duo 40 feet beneath the river near the Amazon-California border on Monday morning after a snorkeler spotted the bones and reported them to police thinking they were real.
Do you know how expensive skeletons are?
I mean, especially ones that are able to be underwater and not deteriorate or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
When firefighter Forstner, I don't know, located the alleged remains, he found it to be an underwater tea party with 2 fake skeletons sitting in lawn chairs, the sheriff's department said in a statement. Divers plan to recover the skeletons later this week, and some officials are considering placing them outside of the sheriff's office as a joke, according to the sheriff's office.
Oh my gosh. Has anybody claimed this?
Look, officials say they didn't plan to locate the person responsible for the skeletons.
Yeah, but I would come forward and be like, those are my skeletons.
I think there was something I didn't read or something.
Like, what happened? Maybe someone was driving across a bridge and they're like, I'm going to transport my skeletons in their chairs home today.
Well, they were wearing sunglasses too.
Yeah, well, maybe this guy dresses skeletons.
I mean,
maybe they're a guy who graduated from carrying a baby doll around when they were little to dressing skeletons when they grow up.
Oh yeah, that's creepy. That's nice and creepy. Thanks. Okay. So, and then another story that I want to share. I can't really pull up the article or anything because I already told Scott about it earlier. But some preacher from a church in Africa,
oh boy,
told his congregation.
This is crazy.
This is so crazy. I'm not even reading an article. I'm just going off memory and just how I really feel about this shit.
She loves this shit, as you can tell. This is twice now that you've come to the table with two subjects for what.
Well, and I didn't even it's all improv. I don't work well off of notes if I'm.
Yeah, I see that. Hey, whatever works for you. It's awesome.
So, anyways, he tells his congregation that he's like Jesus and he can walk on water, so he takes them to some beach, some fucking where in Africa. I don't know. And so he steps out off of a boat and drowns and dies. Because he thinks he can walk on water.
What? Why didn't he start swimming? Maybe he can't swim, I guess?
Maybe.
Did he just step into the water and just drop into the water and never appear again? Like no struggle?
Everyone knows a black man can't swim.
That's so racist.
But it's funny. It's what my mom used to tell me.
Wow.
No, seriously. If my sister was here, she would always tell me black men don't know how to swim.
Wow. That is horrible.
It's okay. White people don't know how to dance. You know, unless really trained. Maybe works the same for black people. They might not just naturally be good.
And now you're talking about training black people
to swim. The white people need to be trained to dance.
This conversation seems incredibly racist.
It's not racist. It's just something that my mom, who was racist, used to say. I'm not racist. My mom was.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yay, Mother's Day.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
I think she just
made... For your awkward racism.
Yeah, she just made a guest appearance on the episode.
And then she had a Confederate flag heart tattooed to her forearm.
Oh, boy.
And what bothered me about it is she didn't, put it somewhere where she could hide it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was kind of embarrassing out in public because a lot of times people think, it's hate and it's, it's
Did she
heritage.
mean it that way?
Huh?
Did she mean it that way?
It didn't say something racial. It was Southern Mama or something like that.
Oh, okay,
okay. But then at the same time, she
well,
also had a pot leaf tattooed to her ankle. Did you know that?
No.
That would have been a great confession. Well,
honestly, the Confederate flag gets a bad rap, just like a swastika honestly does.
Well, yeah, it's because they both represent.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's stuck with that.
Oh yeah, there's no way that it's ever going to be. No.
People will never see it differently, which is whatever.
Okay. I kind of have to say I agree with it though. In a strong way.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think we'll move beyond that one day.
Maybe.
Stop holding on to things like words being bad to say and emblems and logos from our past being our representation.
That's not going to happen, and let me tell you why.
Why?
Because future generations are being taught to be bigger and bigger pussies.
Yeah, but those things are being forgotten.
Okay. there's got to be a balance, though. There's got to be a balance, okay? I don't know how to really explain it. I should have been more prepared for this, but...
Well, we're talking about the world now, and in the middle of what the fuck news. It is what it is.
We started talking about Africa, and then black men don't know how to swim. I don't know. I don't remember the rest of that, but...
She's tired, folks.
I'm so tired. I stopped when Scott was down for a little bit. I wasn't working out like I should be. And let me just say, my body hurts.
I gave her a workout, running back and forth, getting my stuff and
I
doing.
was just tired, like mentally and physically, and
it's been a rough couple of weeks.
It has. It's been scary. I actually kind of had like this, like sort of mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. And I had. No, I don't even think I should talk about that. It was bad. Let's just say it was bad, and I'm glad things are better.
Yeah, I'm glad things are better too.
Yeah, I'm no longer terrified that you're going to die.
That's good. That's good.
So, yeah, that's kind of the thing that's been going on.
Yeah.
I was afraid of people just dying around me. But...
I think our listeners have probably picked that up through some of our conversations.
Yeah.
But I think hopefully that's passing with this whole thing being fixed.
It'll pass more as I heal more from my mom.
Yeah, well, that's going to take time, too.
That's what it is, because the people that I'm the closest to, of course I'm going to worry that they're just going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, you know. It really does. I want it to happen sooner rather than later, because I don't like being scared. I don't like that. I don't like thinking any call that I get regarding my sister is because... oh, she died in a car crash, or, you know, something scary. I just can't think about. There's so few people that I have left.
I think
I can't think about them leaving.
I think the more time that passes from your mom's passing with you having no loss will make you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, but there's always going to be loss.
There's always a chance, yes.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing. It's just part of life.
It's life, the circle of life.
We just have to carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day episode.
Mother's
Yay.
Day.
Yeah.
Sorry for bringing the mood down, y'all.
Wow, wow. Oh, actually, hang on. I got just the thing for this. Anyway, let us move right on to how about I talk about synthetic drugs, new synthetic drugs.
What?
How about I talk about this thing called Flakka?
Flakka?
Have you heard of this new drug called Flakka? Flakka.
No.
Yeah, it is a new, like, it's come out since bath salts have. I'm sure you've heard of bath salts.
Oh my god.
This is like that. It seems a little less violent.
Wait, did you hear about the guy who got really jacked up on the bath salts and then broke into some people's house and put up their Christmas decorations for them and just sat there and watched TV?
That sounds like Flakka.
No, this was bath salts.
Really?
I remember when this was the whole when the whole bath salts thing started.
See, most of my memories that involve bath salts involve cannibalism.
Oh yeah, when one guy bites off another guy's face.
Yeah, it was a homeless guy. You're homeless.
You're homeless.
You're homeless.
Oh, you're homeless.
Anyway, let me just go ahead and read the article.
Okay.
This is an article found on Huffington Post. It is written by Kurt Anderson. I picked a name I could pronounce. And the title is
very proud of you.
Truly Bizarre Crimes Linked to Flakka. I hope I'm pronouncing Flakka correct. It's spelled Falkka.
It's Flakka, like Waka Flocka Flame.
Flakka. Okay, Flakka
No,
Flame. Okay.
No, say Waka Flocka Flame.
Waka Flocka Flame.
Do you even know what that is?
No.
I'm just going to leave that right there for our viewers to enjoy. Go ahead.
Should I stop and Google this right now?
Yeah, go ahead and just look up Waka Flocka Flame.
No, I'll do that later. I'll let people enjoy my
ignorance.
Obtuseness.
Obtuse?
Yeah, I'm trying to use words bigger than I can pronounce.
Obtuse is a shape. Wait, obtuse is an angle. Are you at a certain angle right now, sir?
I'm always in an angle.
I'm so tired. I'm obtuse. I'm thinking about geometry now.
Oh, no.
I hate geometry.
Kirsten, we need help with geometry.
No, she needs help with geometry, too.
Everybody needs help with geometry. Down with geometry. Okay, let me read my article.
Anyways.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One man ran naked through a Florida neighborhood, tried to have sex with a tree, and told police he was the mythical god Thor.
Oh my god.
No. Oh my Thor.
Oh my Thor.
My Thor Heine.
My Thor Heine.
Anyhow. Another ran nude down a busy street in broad daylight, convinced a pack of German shepherds was pursuing him.
This guy, what? This naked guy thought German shepherds were after him?
Yeah, this was a separate case.
On the same day?
I think within that week.
Oh my god.
2 others tried separately to break into the Fort Lauderdale Police Department.
Were they all naked? That's my question. Were all these...
I don't know about these other 2. Let me finish reading the article and we'll see.
Sorry.
They said they thought people were chasing them. One wound up impaled on a fence.
What?
These other 2 were trying to break into a police department. The common element to these and other bizarre incidents in Florida in the last few months is Flakka, an increasingly popular synthetic designer drug, also known as gravel, and readily available for $5 or less a vial.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
It's a cheap drug. It's a growing problem for police after bursting on the scene in 2013.
Oh my god. Like, what is it though? I mean...
It is the latest in a series of synthetic drugs that include ecstasy and bath salts, but officials say Flakka is even easier to obtain in small quantities through the mail. Flakka's active ingredient is a chemical compound called alpha PVP, which is on the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's list of controlled substance most likely to be abused.
Wow.
It is usually made overseas in countries such as China and Pakistan. So I imagine you can order this shit offline.
Oh my god.
And it's $5 a vial? Like, it's cheap. Idiots will go, well, I'm going to try this for $5. Or people who really need to stay high all the time are going to go, $5, I can, yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
That makes me really, really sad.
Flakka.
How can you sit there and take something that... I mean, use your brain, people!
Obviously they're
not. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, your news was way more what the fuck than mine was.
Well, I'm not even finished with the article.
Oh, shit.
Flakka, a derivative of the Spanish word for a thin, pretty woman.
What? What?
Now you understand why I chose this article.
Oh, yeah, I do. Wow.
Is the derivative of the Spanish word for a thin, pretty woman that is usually sold in crystal form and is often smoked using electronic cigarettes, which are popular with young people and give off no odor. It can also be snorted, injected, and swallowed.
These assholes are going to make electronic cigarettes illegal.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Add that to my fucking pitch a fit. No, seriously. They are going to make this bad for every... It's like that one asshole that breaks the one rule at work.
Yeah.
So whenever that's that one asshole.
I don't know. Maybe it depends.
No. Watch.
It depends how much this is spread.
Come on now. People are obviously going to sit there and do that. They're going to order this online. Oh yeah, it's $5. In fact, I have a mutual friend of ours that I know that would probably do that. Are you kidding me?
No, yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Don Main says, I've had one addict describe it as $5 insanity. He's a drug counselor for the Bromwood Shepherd's office in Fort Lauderdale. They still want to try it because it's so cheap. It gives them heightened awareness. They feel stronger and more sensitive to touch, but then the paranoia sets in. Judging from the evidence being seized by police around Florida, Flakka use is up sharply. Submissions for testing to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's crime labs have grown from 38 in 2013 to 228 in 2014.
Oh, wow.
And at the Brown Shepherd's office laboratory, Flakka submissions grew from fewer than 200 in 2014 to 275 already in the first 3 months of this year. It's definitely something we are watching. It's an emerging drug, said Chad Brown of FDLE, supervising special agent. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, reports of Flakka, also known as gravel, have surfaced in Ohio, Texas, Tennessee, but Florida appears to be the nation's hot spot. Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy. What people won't do to get a high.
Yeah.
Seriously. Why would anyone want to go beyond marijuana? Let's just talk about that for a second.
I don't understand it either, honestly.
You know what? So that's your what the fuck news, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's roll right into what we want to pitch.
Your last minute pitch?
Last minute pitch.
Go for it.
Marijuana.
You want to pitch marijuana?
Marijuana.
Okay.
Marijuana. No, seriously. Seriously. What is the big deal about it?
I honestly don't know.
There's drugs out there that's okay, right now it's legal. Hopefully soon it will be illegal. That mess people up and make people do shit like that. Nobody has ever done that on weed.
I have to agree with you.
And not only that, don't even just look at the recreational use of it, okay? Look at the medical use of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, it's in the news constantly.
It is.
People would have to try to not pay attention now to see the benefits to marijuana.
Yeah.
And see the even more so the non-harm it brings.
Yeah, I know. I mean, people are just, especially people from older generations, they're very much so still afraid of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like, I've actually had I've joked with my grandmother about it. I know that she's against it, but at the same time she knows I'm not a terrible person. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, come on.
Okay. When my mom was sick, I let her smoke. And when she was in a lot of pain, it helped her, you know?
Yeah. I've heard that it helps sick people.
People that are terminally ill.
Yeah. It helps their way of life.
I have a friend. Actually, I have a friend of mine who gets these horrible migraines. And she has to see a neurologist and everything. It's bad. And the only thing that stops this blinding pain is pure indica.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that
and
stops
I've read and heard that many times.
I was reading an article the other day about a little boy who had been having seizures for the vast majority of his life, and he's young. He's only like 4 or 5, something like that. And the day that his father gave him cannabis oil was the first day since he had been diagnosed with his problem that he hadn't had a seizure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, look at the medical benefits. I mean, like
I know anybody who doubts anything that
read for yourself.
Yeah,
that's all. I don't have to sell it. He don't have to sell it.
That's
read for
right.
Yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Read for yourself.
And even without those benefits, it's not harmful to people who choose to use it. So why do the people who choose not to have any concern over it? But I guess that goes for anything. Everybody feels like they should control everything all the time. It seems like.
I think the biggest issue with it, though, is protecting the children.
Yeah.
Make it to where you have to be 18 or 21 to get it.
I agree.
Tax it the same way you would cigarettes or alcohol.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know, but the problem is if it's still there, kids are always going to find a way to get it.
Yeah.
And that's where you're able to pull back and be like, hey, you can't get rid of that fact right there. If a kid wants it, they're going to find it.
Yeah.
Same
if a
thing
kid
for
wants
sex.
a cigarette, they're going to get a cigarette.
That's right. If the kid wants to have sex, they're going to have sex. If the kid wants to try a drug, they're going to try a drug.
It's just the way it is.
It really is. It really is. Alcohol is legal, and they do the same thing with alcohol.
Yeah, but
you know?
in my opinion, marijuana should be held at least the same standards of alcohol and cigarettes. In my opinion, it's better than both. But at least it should be held to those standards.
I agree.
And unfortunately, it's not. But I do believe that we're on the path to that being the case.
I want to look up more information about it, and I'll bring it to the table next time we record. But they are talking about it being legalized in Texas within the next few months. I just haven't dug into it too much because usually if something sounds too good to be true, it is.
Yeah, in case you haven't put it together, we're from Texas.
Oh, yeah, Dallas, Texas area. So.
Yeah, in case you haven't picked up the y'all and...
Yeah.
Yeah, oh boy.
Contrary to the popular belief, though, we do not get on our horses every day and go to work.
That's right.
We don't do that.
No.
Contrary to the pop. Oh, and guess what? I don't even own a 10-gallon hat, and I don't even own a pair of boots. But I do love me some barbecue, so, you know.
Yeah, there's always a little Texas in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. I love being from Texas. I love where I live and everything like that. The only thing that I don't like is how backwards our state used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and what you told me originally, what your pitch was going to be.
What was that again?
Awareness.
Oh, yeah. Don't play that sound. I blocked it out. That's what happened. Okay, here in Texas we have tornadoes quite frequently.
She says it so matter-of-factly, but she's terrified of them.
I'm absolutely terrified of them.
She totally is.
It's mainly, I think it's the alarm that scares me.
The one I just played?
Yeah, I hate that. It's like the Amber Alert sound.
I know, that was evil of me.
It was really evil of you. I practically fell backwards.
They don't really bother me all that much. I mean, if I feel like one's coming, then I will protect myself and take precautions to do so. But I'm not afraid like you are. She panics. She, starts looking out the windows and freaks out. And she freaks out almost as much as our cat Cheeseburger, who hides under the couch. In fact, I think if she could hide under the couch, she probably would with Cheeseburger.
I'm just too fat. I just can't fit underneath there. I can't.
One day I'm going to see your ass sticking out of that couch.
You're going to kick it, too. I know you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know I will.
So that's the other thing I want to pitch is tornado awareness. Fucking protect yourselves. That shit's scary.
She thinks every tornado is like the movie Twister.
Well, okay, if you've never been caught in one, then you don't know how truly terrifying it is.
I guess that's true.
But I think my experience that I had as a child was probably more traumatic because my mom was very dramatic.
Mm.
So my mom kind of acted like that. Oh, wow, my God, I just had that realization. Oh, gross. Well, except I've never seen Mom fall down like I did the other day.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day.
This became the Mother's Day episode without even realizing it.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's all good. I wish I would have had a Mother's Day theme song. My last minute pitch, which by the way, we'll have a last minute pitch theme song. Most likely it's going to be like infomercial. It'll be like, this advertisement's been paid for by pitch. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have some cheesy jazz music playing while we're talking. But, my pitch this week is, I only have one, and it's about the things that I've been working with as far as for the program. I want to pitch the names Kevin MacLeod and Ben Sound. These are two people that are royalty-free artists. They post their music on the internet, and they allow us to use their music on our show because it's free to the public. You heard the intro song, which I intend to edit into all the episodes. And if you stay tuned, you'll hear the outro as well. Those are both care of Kevin MacLeod, and a bit of my amateur editing. I really think the song captures both my nature and Stephanie's magical unicornness, if that's a word. So thank you for that. Also, Ben Sound's song, Buddy. By the way, the name of that song, the Kevin MacLeod track, before I move on, is called Guess Who, which I think is kind of appropriate. Because if you open a closet door, you're like, who's in there?
Yeah.
And it's Podcast in the Closet Hour. But anyway, moving along, the other person I'd like to thank is Ben Sound, his song Buddy. It will soon be a little jingle for Pitch a Fit, the Pitch a Fit segment. We're looking forward to co-writing the lyrics ourselves to that. We've been kind of throwing ideas back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Then also the organ music for Weekly Confessional. Basically, that is from... Let me see here. I actually have to check my notes because I can't remember. It's Clyde McLennan and the Small Church Music. I actually took that music from a royalty-free church site. So I want to thank him as well. Basically, I just wanted to take this time to show my appreciation for allowing other artists to utilize their great talents and just say thank you all.
Woo-woo!
You can find more music from Kevin MacLeod at freemusicarchive.org/music/Kevin_MacLeod. And you can find more stuff for Ben Sound, at bensound.com, as well as our organs from and other organ music and other church style music at smallchurchmusic.com. So yeah, I just wanted to pitch that because you may just hear the intro and a little bit of music here and there, but eventually we're going to have music for all our segments, and they'll all be royalty-free artists so that we don't run into any issues later down the road, and so that we can post this on YouTube. We're keeping it royalty-free. Besides this thank you that I'm giving you now, every episode that's posted to YouTube, I'm going to post their credentials in the credits, just to say thanks again. Because we didn't make this music, we're not that talented, but I did some editing into it and to give it our own little taste. I hope you guys like the whole closet opening and everything going on inside, because it's kind of like a preview of what's to come. I don't know if we're necessarily exciting as that intro, because there's a lot of stuff going on, but I think we can be. And
we are so exciting.
Oh, you think so?
I think we're really exciting when we're sitting there watching Netflix.
Oh, yeah, we're totally exciting.
We party hard.
Yeah, we do. And then we take 1 hour a week or more to sit down in this closet in our beanbag chairs with our little hovering rainbow lantern above our head and lay out all our issues. You talked about editing things. I like not editing us. I like editing as very little as possible because I think it really brings out us. And I think the people that listen will say the same thing.
Well, and when you're talking just like this in front of people, you already put yourself at a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
But talking about my mother is a whole nother level of vulnerability.
Well, and ironically, we're recording on Mother's Day because it's so late, and I think it just happened. It just came out that way.
Yeah, I guess it was supposed to be, huh?
Yeah, and I think people who listen that are close to you will hold your talking about your mom dear. You know what I mean?
Hug her, kiss her, love her, because you don't have to like her, you don't even have to love her, but you better damn well respect her for at least bringing you into this world.
That's right. And you know what? I want to take this time also to I won't say names just out of respect, but we had a friend that recently lost his mother, and we just want to say, this is Mother's Day, so we just want to say you're in our thoughts and our condolences, and
anyone out there who's lost their mother, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. From
one person who's lost their mother to another. I truly get it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wow. So do we want to close the show on that somber note, or should we sing a song and bring up the room?
I don't know. Hey, have you ever had sex while camping?
Oh, God.
It's intense. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Anyway, we're tired. It's late. My legs are cramping.
Mine are too.
We still have to have dinner. Stephanie's about to pass out. So I think it's about time to close out the show, roll the credits, and just say we'll see you next week in the closet.
Thank you so much for joining us again, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys.